वासुदेवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha Sadhana. He was a siddha and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Manash Mishra.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ माता च शारदा देवी पिता च परमेश्वर साक्षात् कमला देवी वाक्य देवी नमोस्तुते। ॐ पृथ्वी शांति अंतरिक्ष शांति सर्वं शांतिः। अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। Good morning, everyone, especially the little souls all around here. So good to see you all. Might be we are starting a little late, but because of our youngsters, I believe like Hari Bhai has accommodated that. Not sure he did it for all of us or for himself. That's a different story. Okay. So I could see quite few new young faces. I could see Dhriti. I can see. Oh, so Preeti ji, both your daughters are there? Okay, one is there. Okay, so she will pass on anyways. Okay, so I could. Okay, so few more people are there and some are behind the screens. Okay. So thank you for being here. And I could see Sanvi also getting ready. She's also getting ready for some competitive exams. She's too young for that, but still it's good. She can start anyways. So I believe, okay, so Tanmay can be seen out there. And Vinay Lataji. So you're both are here or only one is there? Only one? Okay, so he will pass on now. Okay. So no problem. I can see many parents are here, those who will be passing on to their kids. Now, so when we are here today, especially when I was going through my own life of studies and all those things, anyways, education never ends, learning never ends. And it's like I still learn so many things from you people. And just I'm here to share a few things that has literally helped me, as well as I have seen this helping so many people. So I thought, like, as the examination times are around and people are getting so tensed and they are trying to cope up with their own pressures and then parental pressures, then school pressure, that and all those things going on. So I said, why not start something that would be beneficial not only for now, but for a lifelong time. So why do we have exams? So let's start there. Why do we have exams? See, all the people, those who have grown up mustaches also, you are students. So don't worry, you can type. It does not matter whether you have a gray one, white one, or you are still a student. And we are exceptionals, Kamlender, you see, we don't have one. But we are students as well. So now, evaluate. Okay, good. So Dhavalji has said like evaluation to test our knowledge. Okay, very good. What else? To find ability, test and measure. Oh, so all corporate words. Okay, fine, fine. No one like me like, अरे क्यों बेकार में exam करते हैं? Why do they need to do this? They are torturing us. to revise what we studied all year and see how much we remember. Okay. So you see, like all the truth will be coming out that has been hidden since ages. Haribhai is not typing itself. Preeti ji, can you see? Like he's not typing. He says, "Main likhunga hi nahi." Okay, yeah. How much we remember. Okay. So Sanvi, are you writing something? Okay, so she is also typing. To increase our presentation ability. Okay. Presentation ability. Okay. So as the kids are here, is it okay? Like we just go this way rather than just talking like all grown-ups all here? I think that would be good. All the kids, just show me a thumbs if you are okay with that. Can I get a thumbs up from you all? Okay. Okay, so Haribhai is the little kid out there. So he's showing both hands. Okay, Sanvi. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So this is why you give exams, right? So now when I ask you, why do we have exams? And all the people, those out there, they come up with the saying like, okay, so we have to remember, we should know what we remember, we should be evaluated, and then what we learned and all those things we stay. But when life takes test, you don't say all these things. None of us say the same thing. We just take our right hand, put it on our head and say, oh my God, why this? Yes or yes? You see, when we are talking about your kids, you say, wow, exams are required. You should be knowing like what all you have learned. You should be revising. You should be. How do you know your worth? But when life takes exams for us, we forget all those things. मतलब ज्ञान खिड़की के रास्ते से बाहर चला, it just flows away out of the window. Yes or yes? No, my dear friend, it was not only the questions for the students, it was the same question for you. But generally we tend to forget what we tend to teach. Problem area. We tend to forget what we tend to teach. So now, but all that we write, and even I'm talking to our younger kids as well, that whenever we are giving an exam, we all tend to look at it at one way, or rather two ways. That one, they will be testing us. Then we question why these tests. Then there are many funny things that come up. Haribhai always used to say, like recently also he said the same thing. Sudhaji, he was saying like, when there are so many teachers to teach so many subjects, how can one student learn all those subjects? Haribhai's favorite statement, I believe like he must have gone through a lot of torture during that times or so. So, but apart from that, what I have learned is a very simple thing that we all know, but we don't focus on that. And we all know that wherever we focus, the energy flows there, right? So the more and more the focus you put towards that, the energy flows towards that. So when we are looking at examinations, you say like they are evaluating us, they want to test us, or why this is happening. I see one thing in that. And I see that they are testing us so that they can take us to the next level. That's what my learning is. Whenever they're testing us for what? They're not just testing you to just find out what you are. They are testing you so that you can be taken to the next level of life. To the next level of life, to the next level of life. And I believe that should be the way we should be understanding all these things, right? So जीवन में जब भी कोई भी परीक्षाएं आती है तो क्या होना चाहिए? ये परीक्षा मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है? नहीं. Where am I going to be elevated next? So when you have that focus that I'm going to be placed into the next realm of my life, would you be so much worried about your test? Rather, you should be excited that I'm going to be there. So what is a better way? Rather than just being worried like what I'm going to do, I say get excited. Now, let's say how many of you have gone for a picnic or outing or a retreat or whatever. Now all the hands should go off. Good, Dhriti. I still see some people have not gone, it seems, because I cannot see their hands. Rather, they have become too comfortable in their place to even raise their hands. But see, all the kids, they are too excited always. Their hands are always up, come on. Even the teacher asks, before the teacher asks the questions, the hands are up. They are too confident that whatever you are asking, I'm ready for that. You see, Sanvi? Very good. Thank you so much. So all of you who all have gone for a picnic or an outing, do you always prepare an itinerary for that? I'm going from 7 o'clock to 7:30. I'll be brushing my teeth. No, some people do that, 30 minutes. I don't know how. 7:30 to 7:45, I'll be looking myself into the mirror. Doing what? Nothing. Okay, from 7:45 to 8:15, I'll just take a comb and comb my hair. Okay. Then after that, so this is how the itinerary goes on. But do you really do that when you are going for an outing? That might be a mundane thing or an everyday activity that you do on a daily basis. But when you are going out, you don't even know what you are going to do. But are you worried or you are excited? Excited, of course. Why? Because that thing is going to give you something really new, an experience that is not happening on a daily basis. You are excited because you are going to learn something new, see something new, and experience, of course. And that experience will enrich your life. Yes or yes? So when we are going for an outing, how many would you love to go right away if you are given a chance? No exams this time. You are just have to go outside and you are just to play. See, Sasiji is also raising his hands. My goodness. So you just think, why we are so excited? Because you see, this is where that is something beyond. That is not regular. And this is also going to enrich me. So when this is a way of life, how should we treat the examinations now? I believe examination should be seen as if a new place that I'm going to travel right now, a new thing that I'm going to experience right now. And with that experience, my life is going to be better. But some would say like, but I am studying hard, but I'm not remembering anything. Don't worry, we are there for you. That's why we are here. So we'll be helping with that part. So it does not matter whether you are a superstar, rock star, or just a rock under a star. We will make sure you are shining. Right? Rather, I would say a star under a rock. So all that we will be doing is removing that rock and you still shine. Because when I was sitting yesterday and I was thinking like, what should I start with? I don't have a story to tell. Then what story should be told? And I was at someone's house, and at that time when I was thinking about you, God started talking to me. Now few people bite your hands. You are not dreaming. Yes, I said that. I felt like God was speaking to me because he wanted to pass on this beautiful message to you all. So do you want to hear the message of God? What he has to say for you, for your life, for your exams, for the way you are? It is a beautiful one. Because I was at somebody's house last night and when I was thinking all that, and suddenly somebody posted a video of none other than the missile man of India. Who's the missile man of India? APJ Abdul Kalam. So our previous president of India. And that story struck me hard because he was narrating a story of his friend. So is it okay? And I am so thankful to Nareshji who posted that video in another group, and it was like I got my answer for you all. So last night when I was in their home, they were calling me for dinner, and I said, just give me 2 minutes because I'm having a conversation with God and he wants to pass on some good things to the beautiful kids out there. Now, here goes the story that was narrated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And he said like, he was talking about 2009. What was the year? 2009. And now many of us not have been taken birth by that, I believe. Okay. So he was talking about 2009. And then he was talking about one of a very, very famous doctor out there in Gujarat. Okay. I think he was talking about Baroda. So all the people out there from Ahmedabad, Baroda area, so you know this place. And the name, you might have heard this name as well. And he was talking about one of his friend named, his name was Shailesh Mehta. Okay. And he was a cardiac surgeon. Very, very well known, very, very famous cardiac surgeon. And he said that that doctor was so famous that even to just get an appointment to him, you need at least a month's time just to get an appointment. He was so busy. Like he had a huge hospital and other people were there, those who will be taking care. But in order to show him, you have to wait for a month. Now, can a heart patient wait for a month? No, right? But that was the way it is. And Dr. APJ said that he's not a very emotional guy because he literally cuts heart every day at a physical level. So he must not be so emotional. Then he said, one fine day I was sitting along with him and he narrated one thing and he said, that was the day when everything changed for me. And now we will jump into the story of the physician, the doctor, the cardiologist. Then what it is said, like he said, like around December 21st of 2008, a couple came into his hospital along with a young kid, a little girl of around 8-9 years old. And when they came, the tests were already done. And when the report reached Dr. Mehta, he could know that there are very, very less chances of survival for this kid. And then by just seeing that, as you know, the doctor he must not be so emotional. So he said, chances are very less. But what you can do is we have to go for an operation right away and we don't have any option. And the survival chance is only 30%. And now the parents who were listening to this, what would they do? They don't have any other option because all that they know are the best hands were sitting in front of him in the form of Dr. Mehta. And he was saying this. And they said, we are ready to take the chance. And everything was fixed. And then just before the day of surgery, the child got admitted 2-3 days ago and all the preparations were going on. And every day, the mother used to sit by the side of the child and tell her the stories of God and always used to say that, don't worry, my child, God is there. He will cure you anyways. And so just pray. And both the mother and the kid used to pray. And finally, the day of operation came. And now just imagine the day of operation. If anybody has worked or has ever gone into the operation theater, all looks green out there, all green and white. Because I have been there, so I know how it looks. So all the people, just imagine this thing like a small little kid on the bed, going to be getting operated, getting preparations for the anesthesia, all the lights, big lights all around, and all the doctors in green with masks and sterilized gloves, and they are entering into that. And while they went into that, what the doctor saw is the kid looking at the doctor with wide questions on her face. Let's just imagine this 8-9-year-old kid. Then the doctor asked, do you have any questions, my child? She said, yes, I have one question for you. And the doctor thought she might be afraid. No, don't worry, child. You don't worry. I am there, so I'll take care. And the kid asked, I heard that you are going to open my heart completely. Listening to this, the doctor said, oh, don't worry. You will not feel any pain because I'm going to give you medications that will take care of it. You will never know that what happened. The kid, they said, no, I'm not worried about that. He said, then what is the problem? No, literally you are going to open my heart completely? The doctor said, yes. Then she said, I have another question. He said, what? Now, when you open my heart, now listen to this very carefully, what this kid is saying. When you open my heart completely, my mom says that the divine resides in my heart. And when you open my heart, just see how the God looks like. And when you are done and I'm cured and I'm coming back, you let me know how the God looks. भगवान आखिर दिखता कैसे है मुझे बताना. And the doctor was shocked in that moment. Now anesthesia was given, the kid was into deep sleep. Now the doctor for the first time he says, like, with the instruments in my hand, I was thinking by looking at the kid that now she is alive. But I don't know if she would survive beyond this procedure because the chances are just 30. I don't know what's going to happen. She might not never come back. But her question will always ring in my ears. And then the doctor started doing the surgery. But while he was doing the surgery, it's been 15 minutes, but there is no blood flow into the heart. The doctor said it's done. The kid could not survive. He was calling out of desperate things that to the other nurses, Joe, just go stitch it up. It's done. Let their parents know that she is no more. While he was doing that, suddenly again he remembered the words of the kid. And he says, my mom used to say that the God resides in my heart. And when you cut it open, just try to look at for him and let me know how he looks. And Dr. Mehta, who was 60 plus at that time and has been doing surgery for the past 40 years, he said, I don't know what happened to me, but in that moment, I just stood there looking at the kid and I folded my hands. And he said, like, I don't know. I think like I have too much of skills. I have too much of knowledge to do all these things. But I understand there is something beyond my powers. So if there is someone please help. And that very moment, Dr. Mehta folded his hands and just prayed. And suddenly another doctor shouted out, yes, the blood is flowing now. Come on, let's see this, check this out again. Doctor, look at it, look at it. This is a miracle. And the operation was done. And when few days later, when the kid was getting fit, Dr. Mehta, while narrating this to Dr. APJ, he was literally crying. And he said that although I had made the heart of that girl so clean, it was pristine like new, but I had a fear in my heart. And my fear was when she comes back to me, and asks, how does God look like? What answer will I give? And then Dr. Abdul Kalam smiled and said, God is not something to be seen. God is something to be experienced. And your experience makes you see God. And since that day, Dr. Mehta had taken a photo of a image of a God and kept it in the operation theater. And every day, before any surgery, he just goes and stands there and folds his hand and says, I have limited knowledge. I have limited skills. Now it's you who decides. I believe these are stories worth spreading. Because our young generations, they have a lot of questions. That if really all these things are there, then why these problems, why these errors, why these issues? So don't worry, our kids, we are there to make you understand all the queries that you have. I'm there. We are all there to help you out with that. But understand one thing. A spirit can only be known by a spirit. And a divine can only be known by a divine. And if you really want to know about God, all that I have to say is, be God. We all tend to look like humans. We all tend to behave like humans. How about, let's say, I don't look like God. I don't behave like God. But can you think like God? Now you should ask, what is that? How can I think like God? My dear friends, when you feel like helping someone, when you feel like bringing a smile on somebody's face, when you feel like if somebody is not feeling good today, let me lift his spirits, I believe that day you become God. God is not just one who has 4 hands or like huge in his and amazing attire. No, it's you. It's all you. The day you decide to change this world for better, the way you decide to help others, the day you decide that you are no more going to just live in that fear, because we are all the child of that divinity. And as Vivekananda used to say, Amrutasya Putraha, means we are all the kids of that eternal being. And when I look at you all, and when I look at your smiley faces, when I look at the stars, when I look at the sun, and all the blazing things all around in the darkest of the nights, I see a glimpse of that divine shining as those and as you. And when I look at you, I don't ask how God looks like. I just say, bring a mirror. So, was it a message worth or not? And literally, they said like Dr. Abdul Kalam was crying, Dr. Mehta was crying. And when I was saying, I am crying, I don't know why. But this is where, my kid, I want to tell you. Now you heard the story. Why I told you the story is, you see, God speaks. Because when I was thinking, what should I tell you? What shall I share today? And look at it. How beautifully he has shared this amazing story to me, so that we can purify our hearts. Now, when we said like, I could see many of you in tears, you know what you did? It feels like Dr. Mehta did a surgery today again. and all the dirt and kachra jo tha na, as if it just came out of your eyes, and now your heart is pristine and you are ready to learn what we are going to tell you about none other than Ishan. A beautiful thing to be shared for all our kids. Now, throughout your life is going to take a lot of tasks, give us a lot of tests. So we should all be prepared. We should all be ready. And as you people are getting ready for any of the competitive exams or final exams or any kind of exams that you are going to go through in your life, I can tell you this simple mantra that we all know, but the process that I'm going to tell you, please follow that and you will see remarkable results in it. And as you go through life, I say, till you are a student, keep up with this. And I think Rajanji would agree, we would still do that. Because none of us, as Dr. Mehta folded his hands and said, my skills are limited, my knowledge is limited, but I am here in front of you folding my hands. You take me wherever you want. So all the people out there in this room, I believe one thing. All the kids that are there right now, Haribhai, I don't think like these are just kids, those who are just here. No. They are here because within, deep down their heart, they believe something that is greater than us, something that is more powerful than us, something that is actually behind everything happening around me. So I thank all the kids for being here. This itself shows that you are so interested in giving exams, or rather excelling in your lives. So the process, all the parents, if you are there and your kids are not there, you listen to this. If the kids are there, you can do that. Okay, I have made it as simple as possible because I understand your hands are small, but your hearts are big. So God will be happy with that small little doing of your hands because you will do it with your wholeheartedness. And I see him smiling when you smile. So bring a smile. Come on, I want to see God. Where is God? But no one is smiling. No, I'm not able to see the teeth. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now the process. As we know, there are 5 different faces, not phases, faces of Shiva. And those are Ishan, Sadyojata, Vamdev, Aghor, and Tatpurusha. But for this, we have taken, for the students that we have chosen this, the form of Ishana. And this sadhana that we are going to do, it's going to be very simple, can be done by everyone, and it is called as the Ishan Swarup Sadhana. Now, listen to the specifications. The specifications I will also be posting into the group. So even if you don't take a note, I have already written those down. So you need not worry. You just listen to the instructions. The first thing is, where should we do this process? So this process can be done either in the temple, that is Shiva temple, or at your home. So you can do it at home or else in the temple. अगर शिव का मंदिर है तो बहुत अच्छा है, कोई दूसरा मंदिर पे भी कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो आप अपने घर में भी कर सकते हैं इसे. Now, how many days should this be done? कितने दिनों का प्रयोग है? This should be done for minimum 12 days to 15 days. मतलब एक पूरा पक्ष को आपको समाप्त करना है. But as I said, as the exams are very near, we will find a way out for that as well. So 12 to 15 days आपको करना है, लेकिन मैं तो चाहूंगा कि if you can do this process throughout your life, it's going to be an amazing way. And if somebody is doing it in the month of Shravan Mas, you can do it for the entire month. And even you can do it on every Shivratri. The February Shivratri has already gone. The March Shivratri is coming up on 20th of March. And if you want, I can give you a list of the Shivratris so that everybody is aware of, like Masik Shivratri कब कब आता है, उस दिन भी आप ये पूजा कर सकते हो. Let's say you cannot do it for 12 days and you just want to do it in one day. I would suggest not to do that, but if you don't have any other option, your exams are just at the doors, what you can do is at least do the same thing, what I'm going to suggest, 5 times in one day. एक ही दिन में 5 माला करनी है. 5 malas means 108 into 5. How much is the score? What is the count? If anybody can type, good at maths. So that's that many you can do at one day, 540. Never expected from Haribhai actually, because he's very good at English, mathematics. Chalo, Haribhai also is as a good student then. Chalo. So whenever you're doing, you have to do it at your home or temple. You have to do it for 12 to 15 days. If you are doing it in Shravan Mas, it is really good. Throughout the month, you can do that. Or else you can do it in the Masik Shivratri. What is the color of the dress that you should be wearing? You should be wearing yellow color dress. See, I believe everybody must be having one. If you don't have one of a yellow color, just put a chunni or something that is of that color. Okay? And don't worry, if you like your mom's saris and they have not been giving you, you can pull one out of that. Just put it on your shoulders and you can do that as well. Okay, so color kya hai? Yellow color ki sari hai. Next, sir, not sari, yellow color dress. So which direction you should be facing? You should be facing to the north direction. Okay? It would be better ईशान कोण की तरफ, मतलब नॉर्थ ईस्ट डायरेक्शन को भी बैठ सकते हो, नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन की तरफ भी फेस करके बैठ सकते हो, because that is also called as the ईशान कोण, and ईशान कोण is nothing but named after this face of Shiva, that is the Ishan. Then the requirement, this is the requirement what you should be very carefully noting it down, because this is the only requirement in this. The only requirement is a 4-mukhi रुद्राक्ष, चतुर्मुखी रुद्राक्ष, जिसको ब्रह्म रुद्राक्ष कहते हो, 4 मुख वाला. We generally tend to wear पंचमुखी रुद्राक्ष. All our family members have पंचमुखी रुद्राक्ष. Okay, so don't worry, you can get it online, it is available. But just do one thing, get it from a reliable source. Okay, क्योंकि अभी वो रुद्राक्ष के बदले में भद्राक्ष दे रहे, भद्राक्ष के बदले में लकड़ी दे रहे, लकड़ी के बदले में प्लास्टिक दे रहे. So don't go for that. Just search for, because there are certified things available. You can get it from some good places. Now, if you cannot procure the entire mala, at least one. चतुर्मुखी रुद्राक्ष जो होता है, एक तो भी चाहिए. Only one at least. लेकिन one is for those who are very good at their studies. But the people, those who are dangling like me, you need an entire mala. Okay, and don't worry, the mala won't cost hefty. In Indian currency, that would not go beyond like 400-500 rupees, I believe, not more than that, because it is also easily available. And try to not take big beads, take smaller beads, because so that it is easy for you to wear. Now the question is, we have to wear that? Come on. That's why I'm saying smaller beads. So don't worry. So एक क्या चाहिए आपको? चतुर्मुखी रुद्राक्ष की माला, या तो एक ही चतुर्मुखी रुद्राक्ष जिसको ब्रह्म रुद्राक्ष कहते हो आप. Okay. So now, and one thing that you will be requiring, this is not a mandate, but if you read, you can use it. क्या कहते हैं उसे? गोमुखी. What is a गोमुखी? आपने देखा है ना, the yellow color. Have you seen the ISKCON people? They put a mala inside a bag and they keep on rolling that. That is called as a गोमुखी. But it is not a mandate for you. If you can, if you want to do that in that Gomukhi, you can do it. If you just don't want, you can just roll it on your fingers. That's also fine. Because I believe like Gomukhi would be a very typical thing for you all. Because you don't know how to roll the mala. So putting it into the Gomukhi and doing it would be much more tougher for you. So need not. If you can, good. If you cannot, don't worry. So the next thing. So north ho gaya, ye ho gaya. Kab karna hai? What is the time that you should be doing it? You should be doing it in the time of the sunrise. Subah karna hai. In the morning hours. Now parents are looking at kids and the kids are looking at parents. Morning means what? Because for some people, my mom wakes up at 4 o'clock. Their morning is at 4. And then some say my mom gets up at 6. And some say my mom gets up at 3. So what is morning for me? No, don't worry. Your morning is as per the sunrise time that you have at that place. So if you are in your zone, just check out that timing and you can do it at that time. But if your school timings are early in the morning, so just plan that way. Okay, before you reach out to school, you can just complete that. And it won't take 10-15 minutes more than that for you. Okay. And just think of when people say 10-15 minutes, I say, how much do you study to give your exams? Days, hours, years. So can't we put that 15-20 minutes apart? Because this is not only going to help us with our education, this is going to grow our wisdom. Now, you say, does it work? Then all my dear kids, I would like to say, look at your parents, look at all the people in this room. They have already reached a space which you are trying to reach. And yet they are here. Why? You want to become a businessman, you want to earn money, you want to be successful, you want to own your company, you want to, all that you are wanting, all that you are thinking, that after my studies, I'm working hard so that I can do all these things. See, all the people in this room, they have already achieved all that. Then ask why what are they doing here? That itself says that it works. Because when they have gone through all this, despite all their successes in their life, they are still here. Why? Because after reaching to that space, they now come to understand that you are getting it right now at this age. They are thinking at that age, oh, if we could have started there. So you are lucky enough. So here you are starting. So now, sunrise time ho gaya. So I'll just repeat it again for the benefit of all. You can do it at home or temple. It is a process of 12 to 15 days. You should be wearing a yellow cloth. You'll be facing direction north. The mat on which you are sitting, it can be white or yellow. Then requirement is a 4-mukhi Rudraksh. And then now I will tell you the vidhi of it, the process, how to do this, how to do the process before you wear the mala. Because I said, bath, of course, bath required. You don't bath? Oh, I don't take a bath in the morning. I take a shower in the afternoon. No, please. There are time. Okay. Now somebody is giving a message. Mantra snan chalega? नहीं, मंत्र स्नान तो चलेगा, लेकिन तंत्र का प्रयोग करना पड़ेगा उसके लिए. ये प्रयोग से नहीं होगा. Okay. So take a good shower. Don't worry. It is good to take shower in the early morning. Okay. So now what is the process? You see, you have found a place in your home or in a temple. You are sitting on a yellow or white mat. You are facing to the north or northeast side and you have your mala in with you. What you have to do is put a cloth, yellow color cloth in front of you. Okay. नीचे अगर आपके पास कोई पट्टा है, like some wooden structure or something, on that you just put a yellow cloth and on that put your माला. वो चार मुखी माला जो है, चार मुखी रुद्राक्ष का, उस माला को you just keep it in a straight line, like just keep it on that yellow color cloth. Now you will start with the mantra. But before that, another thing that is required is kesar. You know saffron? So you have to procure that because saffron is also required. क्या करना है? You take that saffron and rub it in water. कोई भी जगह पे थोड़ा सा पानी ले लो and put the saffron in that and rub it out. If you have a chandan जिसके ऊपर you rub chandan, like what do you call that? That plate on which you rub the chandan, right? If you have that, you can do it on that. उसके ऊपर भी आप पानी डाल के उसके ऊपर आप you can rub that. Use this finger, means the ring finger को इस्तेमाल करो. You just rub it, okay, and it will become like a little kind of a paste, might be, or little water is also no problem with that. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि पूरे डब्बे के डब्बे केसर डाल दिए क्योंकि वो ये नहीं हो रहा. No, you just need few of that, a little bit of kesar on that, and you just rub it and you make it ready. Now you have to just close your eyes and fold your hands. And how do you pray? From where do you start your prayer? So you start with praying by the basically out there in India. I don't know what prayers you people start with out there, but we generally start with Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Si Guruve Namah. Because whichever thing that you are beginning, it is good to think of your gurus. It can be a teacher from your kindergarten. It might be a teacher from as a parent. It might be a teacher from whom you are learning. A teacher can be something. And if you don't know who your teacher is, then you say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. Means may Brahma be my Guru, may Vishnu be my Guru, may Shiva be my Guru. And in that way, you can chant this mantra. So that is the first thing. Then you need another thing that is called as the Panchamrit. Panchamrit क्या होता है? Now your parents know that, they will prepare it for you. Just ask them that I need Panchamrit. I don't know how you make it, but make it. Any parents, those who don't know how to make Panchamrit, please tell me, I will enlighten you in that as well. Now somebody saying hostelers का क्या? Hostelers को भी खुद को करना पड़ेगा. Hostelers, hoteliers, roamers, riders, bikers. No, everybody, those who are doing this process, this is the process. Okay. So Panchamrit. Panchamrit में क्या करना है? After that, what you do, you have already kept that mala on the yellow here. Just take it out, dip it into the Panchamrit. You know there is something called as a meru. Meru क्या होता है? I'll just show you the kids. So I believe, like, see, there is something like this. This is called the meru. There are 108 beads in this mala, but that is the 109 bead is there. That is called as the meru. So that is the main point of it. So now you just hold it like this and dip it into the Panchamrit. Panchamrit में डुबा दो and then bring it out and put it into the water. जल में उसे डाल दो. And then once that is done, just wipe it with a cloth and then again place it back on the yellow cloth. ठीक है? पहले yellow cloth पे रख दिए, गुरु का ध्यान कर लिए. And even, yes, one more thing, Ganesh ji का भी ध्यान करना है. You can chant any mantra of Ganesh that you know. ओम वक्रतुंड गा सकते हो, या तो फिर कुछ नहीं आता तो ओम गंग गणपतये नमः कह सकते हो, ओम गंग गणेशाय नमः कह सकते हो, ओम गणपतिभ्ये नमः कह सकते हो. So whatever way you want to do that. गुरु का नाम पहले आएगा, गणपति का नाम सेकंड में आएगा. गुरु गणपति को याद करने के बाद, after thinking about these, you just take the Rudraksh, put it into the Panchamrit, and then bring it out and put it in normal water, clean it off, and then wipe it off with a cloth, and then put it back again on the yellow cloth that is there in front of you. आपके सामने रखे हुए yellow cloth के ऊपर उसे रख दो. Now, if you are willing to wear that mala, you should, because you are going to empower that mala, you are going to energize that mala, and that mala should be worn especially whenever you are going for an exam or you are writing any specific exam or you're going for any competition or something like that. You can make it in both. It can be in thread or it can be made a mala in silver as well. चांदी का भी बना के पहन सकते हो या तो धागे का भी बना के पहन सकते हो. So it's up to you. Now, next thing that you have to do is light up 2 ghee diyas. 2 घी के दिए जलेंगे दोनों तरफ. कितने देर के लिए? As much time as you are doing the jap. उतने देर तक जल जाए उतना घी डाल के जला दो. Just light up 2 diyas. Now what you have to do is fold your hands and again take a sankalp. Sankalp matlab I am going to take this as a thing that I am going to do and I am going to complete this process. So ये संकल्प होता है. लेकिन संकल्प की विधि बहुत ही सरल से बता देता हूं आपको. Just fold your hands and then just say, Hey Sadashiv or Hey Shiva, I am taking this sankalp for this particular work of mine. Means this particular work of mine means आप जिस किसी विधिवत के लिए, means let's say you are going for the board exams, so you can say, oh Lord, हे सदाशिव, हे शिवा, मैं अपने बोर्ड एग्जाम्स के निमित्त for this work of mine I am going to do this puja of your ईशान स्वरूप. मैं आपके ईशान स्वरूप का पूजा करने जा रहा हूं. एंड चार्जिंग द ब्रह्म रुद्राक्ष, और मैं इस ब्रह्म रुद्राक्ष को ऊर्जावान बनाने जा रहा हूं. प्लीज काइंडली पुट योर एनर्जी इनटू इट सो दैट आई कैन गेट सक्सेस. इसके अंदर आप अपनी ऊर्जा को स्थापित कर दें ताकि मैं जब भी इसे धारण करूं मुझे सफलता प्राप्त हो. नाउ if it looks very complicated, I will write it down and give it to you. Okay, you can tell it in any language that you like. God is beyond language. So whichever language you are speaking, it's up to you. You can do that. Okay, yahan tak samajh mein aa gaya? All got it? And if you have any questions at the end, I will be taking the questions. Okay, so let me go ahead with that. Ye karne ke baad, once you are done with this, then I just missed something. While you are taking the sankalp, just hold water in your right hand. अपने right hand में थोड़ा सा पानी पकड़ के रखना है. How much? As much your palm can hold. And then when you are said like मेरा ये सफल हो जाए, you just pour that water onto the माला. वो माला के ऊपर वो पानी को छोड़ देना है. कर लोगे इतना? I will give you step by step, so need not worry on that. Then once you have put that on the water on the mala, now you will start chanting the Ishan mantra. And Ishan mantra bahut aasan hai. I will tell you with that also. Now the entire mala is 108 and there is one Meru 109. For the 108 malas, you have to chant the mantra, and every time you are done with the chanting of the mantra, you just dip your finger. You remember the ring finger को लेके क्या करना है? जो saffron और पानी को मिलाए हो, you have made a paste out of that. Just touch it and touch one Rudraksh on that. In a series, one mantra done, the first Rudraksh are touched. Second mantra done, second. Third mantra done, third. Fourth mantra done, fourth. Likewise, when you are chanting it for 108 times, every time the chanting is done, you just put one tilak on the Rudraksh. Are you getting that? मंत्र हो गया, मंत्र खत्म होते ही एक तिलक लेके उसके ऊपर लगा देना है. अगर आपके पास सिर्फ एक ही रुद्राक्ष है, you are just doing it with one, so the entire 108 times you will be touching that. Clear hai? If you are doing with mala, it would be 108. It would be easy because if you have a mala, you know the count as well. You will know when the mantra is ending. Okay, and let's say you have just one Charmukhi Rudraksh, then you can chant it on a normal Rudraksh mala, Panchmukhi mala ke upar jap karke, but you have to touch it on the single piece of Rudraksh only. Clear hai? Now, that is also done. For the Sumeru or the Meru that we are talking about, this red part of it, for that, when you are done with the 108, then you just have to chant Shiv, 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 Shiv For 11 times you can chant, for 7 times you can chant, for 9 times you can chant. It's up to you. अगर 11 बार करते हो तो बहुत बढ़िया है. And then finally touch the meru with that. उसको भी एक तिलक कर देना है. Now if you want to do it in one day, अगर एक ही दिन का समय है आपके पास, क्या करना है? 5 माला एक ही दिन कर लो. Again, like once you are done, meru के पास खत्म हो गया, फिर again you start from the first. You chant the mantra, you take the tilak, put it on it. You chant the second mantra second time, take the tilak, put it on the second one. This is how it should be done for the 5. And one thing that you have to do something in the form of dan or dakshina. किसी की मदद के लिए, you feed someone, give some money, or do whatever way you can help someone. Parents will be helping you in doing that. Okay? आपकी पूजा सफल होने के कारण, वो सफलता के कारण आप किसी की मदद कर दो. Okay? And after that, once it is done, wear that rudraksh in your neck. This much is the process. नियम एक ही है. No non-veg during this sadhana. Now gone. जो ये साधना करेगा वो नॉनवेज नहीं खाएगा उतने दिनों के लिए जितने दिनों की साधना चल रही है. This is the only rule. Either if the kids cannot do, parents do it, and parents have to take care of it. And if you think 12-15 days or more, एक दिन तो कर ही सकते हो. But as I say, keep it on a regular basis. जब भी आपके एग्जाम्स आते हैं, जब भी कोई ऐसा चीज आता है, मैं तो कहता हूं, if you can chant this mantra on a daily basis, it is so good. लेकिन it does not mean, okay, if you people prefer to eat something on other days, you can, no problem. But if you are doing it as a sadhana, you have taken a sankalp for that day and doing, please don't take any non-veg in any form. Sattvic khana khao. No barge on onion and garlic, no barge on that, but non-veg. Clear hai? Okay. So now the mantra. So all my kids, all the little kids that you are going to do the sadhana, with mustaches, without mustaches, close your eyes. So just listen to this, because you all know this mantra, but I'm just niyam for wearing that rudraksh. Please ask me, I will give you the answers. Okay. So now please close your eyes, listen to this mantra, because it does not matter what the mantra is. All that matters is from whom it is coming. So please listen to this mantra very carefully, and I will be posting this again into the group. Ishan sarva vidyanam, Ishan sarva bhutanam, Brahmadipati, Brahmanodhirpati, Brahma Shivo me astu sa evam sada shiva om. So this is the mantra. Ishan sarva vidyanam, Ishvara sarva bhutanam, Brahmadipati, Brahmanodhipati, Brahma Shivo me astu sada shiva om. So I will give you this mantra, I will record this mantra and post it in the group, so that you people are able to understand that. So now you can open your eyes. But what does this mantra means? Why we have chosen to give you this mantra of Ishana? Because the word says Ishana sarva vidyanam, means jitne sare vidyaएं हैं, uska adhipati, uska devata, the god of all those knowledge is no one else but Ishana. Ishana sarva vidyanam, Ishvara sarva bhutanam. He is the god or the master of all creation, all beings. Brahmadipati, Brahmanodhipati means he is the master of all beings, commander of all study and devotion, that God who is auspicious. Brahma Shivo me astu sa eva sadasiva om. So now, in my way, what I understand from this is Ishan sarva vidyanam, master of all studies. क्योंकि जो 10 महाविद्याओं के भी साधनाएं करते हैं, उनको पता है कि उन 10 महाविद्याओं का भी जो ज्ञान है वो भी ईशान देव के पास है। ईश्वर सर्वभूतानाम, जो पंच महाभूत हैं उसका भी ईश्वर वही है। ब्रह्माधिपति मीन्स ब्रह्म जो है उससे ऊपर जो देवता है वो भी वही है। ब्रह्मणोधिपति, ही इज द मास्टर ऑफ ऑल दैट इज बीन क्रिएटेड। ब्रह्मा शिवो में अस्तु सदाए शिवो अम। यहां पे इसका मतलब यह है कि the Brahma, the Vishnu, the Brahm that we are speaking of, the Shiva that I am speaking of, the eternal being that I am speaking of, the eternal God that I am speaking of, the eternal truth that I am speaking of, that truth is also me. Shivoham. I am that. Now, what are you doing? You are not only creating a God outside, you are saying that that energy that is prevailing in across creation is also residing within me. And that's where the culture comes from. They not say that God is residing far away from you. They say all that you are seeking is you. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. So this is the process. This is the thing that you all have to do. I will be posting this in a stepwise fashion so everybody gets it with clarity. And all the parents, please help your kids to do it. And I would love to listen to your success stories, how these things helped you in your studies and in your life. So, thank you all, our dear little souls. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us. And if you have any questions, please put forth. And one more thing, if you have a query, does it work? Does the mantras work? Now just think of your parents calling you as, I remember my childhood days, and my father calls me like, when he's very happy, he used to call me like, Manash. So by that you know what is a Manash. It's the same thing. Name is same, but mood is different. आपको पता चल जाता है किस दिन बारिश होने वाली है. Right? Just by the tonality you know it. So if the tone changes, there is so much of a difference in the state of not only his mind, your mind as well. Now think of when you are doing a chanting of a mantra, won't it have an impact? Once you people are done with this and you really want to improve further in your studies, and you literally want to, you say like, I don't have a control on my thoughts. I am not able to sit. I am not able to focus on my studies. I'm not able to remember what I'm studying. If you really want to do and learn about that also, don't worry, I'll help you with that also. I will take you step by step by step. We also want to show that these kids are the brightest stars. And I cannot do that alone. For that, you all should be walking along. आपको हमारे साथ चलना पड़ेगा. Are you ready? Yes, Bhavya or Navya? Who is that? Which is the first one or the second one? I am always confused because I see them after so many days. So I'm confused with the names. Chalo, Preeti ji will help me. Mom knows. Okay. So, questions. So I heard the questions from Sakshi. Okay. Wearing the Rudraksh, right? Especially if you are wearing the Rudraksh every day, that's fine. Or else, if you, okay, so Bhavya, thank you. So whenever you are wearing, like whenever you are going for that exam, whenever you are going to write those exams, wear it. Okay? उस दिन पहन के तो पक्का जाना है. कोई भी इंटरव्यू अटेंड करते हो, कोई भी एग्जाम्स लिखते हो, कोई भी you are just going for some competition, wear that and go. Okay, so that would be, and because vidya है ना, so ईश्वर सर्व विद्या नाम, मतलब खाली पढ़ाई के देवता नहीं है वो, सर्व विद्या नाम मतलब किसी भी तरीके का ज्ञान चाहिए आपको, वो सबका ज्ञान दाता वही है. So don't only limit. If wearing it daily, yes, you can wear it daily, but especially females, during those 5 days, you please keep it away. So don't wear that. Okay. So any other questions? Any kindergarten students, those who will ask me the questions later, they will not ask me here. Later on, they will put another 20 questions to me. No, you can ask right away if any further questions are there. नहीं तो दिन भर मैं यही आंसर करता रहूंगा. Oh. Now they say, like, now I don't have a question, but what if I have a question later? Then better you ask then. अगर अभी क्वेश्चंस नहीं है, बाद में पूछना चाहते तो पूछ लेना. अब क्या कर सकते हैं, ये हमें भी पता है, हमारे भी सब बच्चे वैसे ही है. चलो. So I see no questions here, but all that I can say is, may you all be so amazing in your life that you become an example for others. And when they look at you, they see the eternal divine shining through you all. And all the parents in the room. If your kids cannot do it, you do it for them on their name. जब आप संकल्प लेते हो तो संकल्प लेके उनका नाम ले लो. That I am doing on behalf of my son, my daughter, whatever it is. अगर आपके 2 बच्चे हैं, दोनों के नाम पे अलग अलग 2 बार कर लो, 2 माला लेके. If possible, ask them to wear it. Now Bhavya is looking at Preeti ji and says, now you have to do it. If moms are in cycle, then how to do that for kids? Then fathers, which day will they come into existence? Ask them to do something for their kids also. But if they are not doing, then fold your hands in front of Shiva and say, जैसा आपने बनाया है आप ही संभालो. What else can you do? There is no other way. अकाले नियमन आस्ति. बोला बनाया तूने है, संभालेगा तू. But that does not mean that you will find an excuse and run away. That चलो शिवा को हाथ जोड़ लो और बोल दो कि तू ही कर ले. क्योंकि उससे भी पता है आप सच बोल रहे हो कि नहीं. Okay. मानसिक डेज you can do in your, मानसिक रूप से कभी भी कोई वारंट नहीं है उसके ऊपर. You can do it. मानसिक रूप से कर सकते हो, लेकिन माला को नहीं छूना है बस. Okay. That's it. So can we do mansik for those 5 days? Yes, you can do mansik way. Okay. So वो हो जाएगा. Now, finally, I think all the questions are done. Can we do it in mansik way as some items won't be available in US? US में ना काउ डंग भी मिल रहा है आजकल अमेज़न पे. तो मुझे ऐसा कोई भी चीज नहीं पता जो आज के डेट में आपको वहां नहीं मिलेगा. एंड कुशाल, आई हैव सीन दैट पीपल आर गेटिंग थिंग्स फास्टर इन यूएस देन अस. मुझे तो कम से कम जाके ढूंढना पड़ता है बाजार में, बट पीपल आउट देयर इन यूएस दे जस्ट ऑर्डर इट एंड इट्स देयर. सो आई थिंक यू विल गेट इट. अगर नहीं मिलता तो उसके लिए भी मार्ग है. मानसिक रूप से कर लो if you are not having all those things. But whenever possible, do it as said. जिस तरीके से बताया गया है उस तरीके से कर लो. Any particular day to start? हाँ, ये particular day होता है इसको start करने के लिए, but as we are on the verge of examinations, you can start it on any Monday. किसी भी सोमवार के दिन, वो कल से भी शुरू कर सकते हो. लेकिन उसकी विधि कैसी होती है अदिति जी? अगर आप शिवरात्रि के दिन से शुरू करते हो, मतलब जो मासिक शिवरात्रि भी आता है ना, तो वहां पे भी आप शुरू कर सकते हो. बट एज आई कैन सी, लाइक सम ऑफ द एग्जाम्स विल बी ओवर बाय दैट टाइम, सो यू कैन डू इट ऑन एनी ऑफ द तृतीया जो स्थिति होती है उस दिन भी कर सकते हो. वो चाहे कृष्ण पक्ष का हो या शुक्ल पक्ष का, उसमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. तृतीया का अगर तिथि है तो कर सकते हो. सोमवार के दिन से शुरू कर सकते हो. देन शिवरात्रि के दिन से शुरू कर सकते हो. Okay. If you can do that process of dipping it into the Panchamrit for all the 12 days that you are doing or all the 15 days you are doing, it is a must. वो 12 या 15 दिन के लिए जो आप साधना जिस समय करते हो, तो साधना की विधि होनी चाहिए और विधि से करनी चाहिए. तो वो सारे के सारे दिन के लिए पंचामृत बनेंगे. बट इफ यू कैन नॉट, एटलीस्ट ऑन द फर्स्ट डे डू इट. लेकिन विधि यही कहती है कि दैट यू शुड बी डूइंग इट एवरी डे. ओके. एंड आई बिलीव पंचामृत एक ऐसा चीज है जो हमारे घर में सारे चीजें अवेलेबल ही रहती है. ओके. यस, यू विल स्टार्ट इट आफ्टर, बिकॉज माला तो अभी किसी के पास है नहीं. सो you order it one, you get it, and after that you can begin. And may the blessings of that divine always be there on you, on your family, and may you all excel in your lives. So with this note, I would like to stop this session for here now. And yes, we have Rashmi ji, you can contact her. She can get you the best of the products, because even the one I'm wearing, I got it from her. So you know like what kind of thing she can bring. बहुत आसानी से मिल सकता है और अच्छे चीजें मिल सकता है आपको. And the best part, she is our family member. She does not charge anything beyond what she has to procure it. Okay. Every पूर्णिमा के दिन करना है जयराव जी. पूर्णिमा के दिन नहीं करके तृतीया के दिन करो, बहुत अच्छी बात है. लेकिन अगर आप एक दिन का साधना करते हो तो एवरी साधना उस एक दिन के लिए आपको 5 बार करना पड़ेगा. 5 माला करनी है आपको. ओके. कैन 1 माला यूज्ड बाय 2 person? नो. कैन 1 माला इफ both having the same exam on the same date, who will wear? There will be a fight. तू आज शक्ति लेके जा रहा है, मेरे पास शक्तिहीन हूं मैं. ये झगड़े में ही नहीं जाएंगे. We'll get 2. नहीं तो पता चला. oh भाई, you people remind me of some funny things. There was a school and there was a kid, and the kid was not good at studies, and then the teacher said, call your father. He says, if my father comes, I won't come. He said, why is it so? No, I cannot tell you. Okay, send your father. The father comes and he says to the father, bring your kid along with you tomorrow. No, we both cannot come. Why? We both have the same cloth. So one can come, the other cannot. So that kind of thing you are, क्या पूछ रहे हो? So if you have 2 kids, get 2 malas. If you have 4 kids, get 4 malas. If you want to distribute to the entire family of this, distribute it. Okay. मैं तो कहता हूं किसी और को भी खरीद के दे दो, उसको बता दो, उसका जीवन सुधर गया तो आपको अच्छे फल मिलेंगे. You are doing something good. Help them. Okay. So I believe that's it. Yes, for jobs also. So Sandhya ji, when you are asking like for precision of for people for getting jobs, you can start with this, because I'm coming up with another one as well. जो लोगों का कार्य नहीं हो रहा है, कार्य सिद्ध नहीं हो रहा है, जॉब के लिए परेशानी है, I will come up with one process for that as well. So we will not leave any part of your life. So everything will be taken care of. Okay. So thank you. And that's it from my side for this day. See you all again on Wednesday. I'm not sure Wednesday I'll be doing a Q&A session or I'll be initiating you for Holi. So based on that, you will be keeping updated. आपको बता दिया जाएगा क्या process, या तो question answer session है या तो initiation है. Whichever comes, I will let you know. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here, for your time, for your efforts. But please do these. As I said, God cannot be seen. It can be experienced. Powers of such things cannot be seen, but can be experienced. And when somebody asks me, have you seen God? I say, yes. Then don't believe me. Go and see for yourself. And then tell to others that, yes, I have seen it. Till then, stay God, be God, think like God.